Welcome to Open Whispers channel. Welcome to Arena with Chris Diggers. Kindly remember to subscribe. Make sure to click on the bell sign so that you'll be notified each time we upload a new video. And thank all of you who have made it a point of duty to always comment on our videos. It's when we get feedbacks, make it interactive, that we know that the truth is getting out there. The purpose of this channel has never been to witch hunt anybody, but we say things the way they are because we feel that the oppressed cannot really get away without cooperating with the oppressor. That means you need to reject whatever the oppressor is offering you before you can liberate yourself. That is the sole purpose of this channel, because we need to reorientate the masses for them to really know that for them to be free, they need to speak out. They need to say no to the past and know that for us to build a solid present, for us to build a solid future, we have to learn from the past but not lean on the past. Once again, welcome to my channel. Today, I want to throw a little light on one or two things that have happened since the swearing in of Professor Charles Soludo as the governor of Anambra State. The fun of the occasion was diverted by the fight between the former First Lady, Mrs. Obiano, and the former beauty queen, Bianca Ojukwu. And what I have seen on the social media since then have been so shocking, to say the least. Why do I say so? Everybody is jumping in, blaming Mrs. Obiano for everything that has happened. Nobody has bothered to hear her own side of the story. Nobody has bothered to reach her to know why such a thing happened. The worst of it all is the comment or the ultimatum issued by the Igwe of Oka in social media. Nobody knows if he actually did that, because we know social media can do and undo. To give 7 days ultimatum to Mrs. Obiano to apologize or face whatever consequences. How Nigerians can be so harsh to leaders after they exit office. The same people that were all over her face, calling her First Lady, calling her Your Excellency, Your Excellency, they are the same people that have judged her just hours after exiting office. And don't get me wrong, not in any way am I supporting the outburst of emotions, but sometimes we don't know what these people in power go through. We need to hear her own side of the story before judging her. Because sometimes a wife feels she has to defend her husband. A wife feels she has to fight for her husband when her husband is being oppressed. Probably she felt that Bianca Ojukwu was against the husband in the election of Professor Charles Soludo. Because if I heard one of the things she said in that video, she said, I thought you said you will not attend any more functions organized by ABGA. She didn't say herself. She was still fighting for the party and for the husband. In any situation, instead of people to go on social media to judge her, to condemn her, especially women, we should try to reach out to two of them and make peace. But I realize that Nigeria is a country where there's so much misery because of the economic realities of the moment. So people try to find comedies where comedy shouldn't exist. The two women should be reconciled, because you have seen people in power who suffer and suffer in silence. We don't know what this woman has gone through. We don't know her story. In developed countries, no matter what anybody tells you, you're not supposed to put your hands or be the first to raise your hand on that person. So for Bianca Ojukwu, if she was the first to slap Mrs. Obiano, that is condemnable. That is not supposed to be so, regardless of her position in the society. If somebody is cursing you out, curse the person back. Or you can also be on the high road and simply walk away. That makes you the higher person in every situation. Don't always allow negative emotions to be drawn from you. Sometimes people want to draw you to conflict. Be on the high road. Walk away. And when emotions come down, you can actually reach out. So for everybody going on social media because you want to be heard, for people to be condemning Mrs. Obiano or being on the side of either of them, I don't think the situation calls for that. Soludo needs peace to take off the governance of Anambra State. And I believe Mr. and Mrs. Obiano also deserve their peace, especially going by what they are going through presently. It's not easy for that former first family. We should give them the peace they deserve and not being judgmental on whatever must have happened. So, another thing that we have to discuss is the arrest of the former governor of Anambra State, WILLY Obiano. Today, we will not dwell on whether he was right, guilty or not guilty, or how he spent the fund of Anambra State. Because to me, what I've always maintained is that anything, any trial that is politically motivated should be condemned. I waited to hear, even when WILLY Obiano had immunity, I waited to hear after the EFCC in November said that he was placed on their watch list, that he withdrew 5 billion naira cash of shopping fund and spent 37 billion of security fund on political activities. This is where the red flag is. Not that he spent it on himself, not that he did anything. And I asked the question, did you invite him and he never showed up? Did you invite the Accountant General of Anambra State for once to answer how that fund was spent? If William Obiano had immunity, what about the Accountant General of the state? Did he also have immunity? What about other people involved in spending of the money of Anambra State? Because William Obiano, the only thing he could do as a governor is to append his signature. But somebody went to withdraw that money. Were they ever invited for interrogation by the EFCC? I never had that. And for you to say that he spent the money on political activities, to me it smells of nothing but political vendetta. It's like APC wants to intimidate this man to join their party. What about all other people, all these ex-governors who have spent security votes? I never heard that the EFCC invited any of them or arrested any of them. The case of the bullion van man is still there. I've not read in any dailies that the bullion van man has ever been invited by the EFCC. I mean, I am not supporting any corruption, but this man remains innocent until proven guilty. You remember the case of the Anambra International Airport inauguration, when that project was almost stalled last minute. The airpiece that was supposed to fly that day did not fly because of one reason or the other. And from what I gathered, the ruling political party felt that inaugurating that airport would give APGA an upper hand in the election, underrating the people of Anambra State that they knew what they wanted and who they wanted. I still smell the same vendetta now. So this man went ahead, conducted the election, and APGA won. And the person who was defeated, so to say, or the person who tried to stop the airport project, the person who tried to kill Soludo as a candidate of APGA, is still smarting from his loss. and they're still going after the man that made him to lose the election. This man should be given the peace he deserves. An invitation is supposed to have gone out to him, inviting him to come and answer for anything that he is supposed to answer. But for this embarrassment that a man who said from the very beginning that he will not spend a day more after he has left office, because he probably doesn't want people to keep dragging him to the government of Professor Charles Soludo, either for one political favor or the other. And from there, the problem between the predecessor and the current governor would have started. In my opinion, this man just wanted to leave immediately to have his peace after 8 years in office. On the part of the EFCC, if they felt this man had questions to answer, they would have extended this invitation long before now, or must have even extended the invitation to his subordinates and let this man know, once you get down from your office, you have a case to answer. Come and talk to us. If he doesn't honor that invitation, that is when you declare him wanted. So, for all this media trial to be going on like this, I don't think it's the best way to go about it. Remember, I am not saying that Willy Obiano is innocent or guilty. But the Constitution says that if you are accusing somebody of a case, he remains innocent until proven guilty. For him to have spent a night, 2 nights, in your custody, I think is an abuse of his fundamental human rights. On his part, I felt if I were him, what I could have done, I would have done what Fayose, the former governor of Ekiti, did. When I get that, I'll report to your office and ask you, since you've refused to invite me, what do you have against me? I don't know Aguleri people to be cowards. He's a brave man. They are warriors. But probably people handle different things, different ways. But this public embarrassment of our past leaders should stop. It doesn't speak good of us in the Committee of Nations. The war on corruption is not fought on social media. The war on corruption is not fought on air. It's what you do and people will say it. But when there is double standard in fighting corruption, it won't take us anywhere. This is Chris Digos in Open Whispers. Be well, do good work, and please do keep in touch. Until we meet again in the arena. Cheers.